Hi, my name is Jalen. I'm here with my mother, Toya. The day is October 28th, 2020, and we are recording this interview in Chicago, Illinois. We are recording this interview during the COVID 19 pandemic. What were your first thoughts when the COVID outbreak hit Chicago?
My first thoughts was fear. I was afraid. I was wondering what was going to happen as far as our health and as far as my job. Um, yeah, fear was the first thought because I really didn't know what to expect.
How did how did the COVID 19 virus affect your job and family life?
Well, for my job, fortunately, um, we were able to work from home. So I was able to keep my job just working from home. My family life, um, it's it's been challenging because you're here at home, I'm at home, and I'm trying to work and you're trying to do school, and just to make sure that you stay on task, I stay on task, and to keep the distractions at bay.
Can you describe your moments when you first saw me?
Um, the moment when I first saw you, I was excited, I was happy, I was exhausted. I had been in labor for all day. I was relieved. Um, I mean, basically, it was a happy occasion. You were such a cutie.
What were the hardest moments you had when I was growing up?
Um, I would say the hardest moments I had were trying to figure out, um, well, trying to balance a work life with a new baby. Um, I was just used to being me on my own. So having to figure out how to get you to daycare and pick you up from daycare, as well as get to work on time and leave in time to pick you up. Um, I think that was the most challenging time thing about um, having you with you when you were younger. Um, I did have family help, thank goodness. But the toughest part was balance, getting used to having somebody else to take care of, and being able to get you to daycare when I had work so far away from home, and trying to get off work in time to pick you up from daycare. It was challenging in a single family home. So, in a single parent home, I should say.
What advice would you give me about raising my own kids?
The advice I would give you is to always be open and honest with your child. Love them with all your heart. Be there to encourage them, but also push them to put forth their best effort. Um, because in life itself, there's always going to be some challenges. So I think if you kind of take that in early on, it'll be really helpful throughout life when you start your working career.
Can you remember a time in your life when you felt most alone?
Um, I would say the time in my life when I felt most alone, shortly after I graduated college, I took a job in Oklahoma City. So I went from having a bunch of family always with me, always around me at every moment, that I can have dinner with, talk to, laugh, and joke around with, to being completely alone. I didn't have any family in Oklahoma. I didn't know anyone in Oklahoma. I had to build a relationship with some of the people I worked with. So a lot of holidays I spent alone. Of course, I can talk to my parents and family on the phone, but at that time, it was very expensive to make long distance phone calls, so I couldn't talk to them on a regular basis. So I kind of felt isolated, and just alone at that point. Um, Thankfully, I did meet some people, had some friends, so it was like my extended family. But for the most part, it was when I my first job out of college, living in Oklahoma, is when I felt most alone.
What are your best memories of grade school, high school, college, and graduation?
Um, my best memories from grade school, I would say when I was in sixth grade, when I met my best friend, Bonita, and we are still best friends to this day. Some 30 plus years later, we're still friends. Um, High school, I would say my best memories from high school was my high school graduation, knowing that I was going off to college and it was going to be an experience where I felt like I was an adult. I was getting to take care of myself. I was fortunate to earn a scholarship, so I felt like at that time I was actually an adult taking care of myself. Um, College, I would say freshman year of college, I met so many new people, great friends, people that I'm still friends with to this day. That I could get to see their families and grow their families as they grow. Um, what was the other part? The last part, I don't remember.
Oh, your graduation of college. So when you graduated college.
Um, um, Worst memories. Um, I would say the worst memories was in high school when one of my good friends' mom was killed. Um, we were 16 years old, and someone took her mom's life, and I think that was like one of the worst memories from high school that I have.
Have you ever experienced a pandemic like COVID or an event like COVID?
I have not. In my lifetime, this is the first time I recall being where the city was shut down. You couldn't go outside, or um, you have to wear masks to a store and um, keep social distance. This is all new to me. This is the very first time in my lifetime that I can recall anything like this, and I hope that nothing like this ever comes about again. It's been a challenging adjustment. It still is.
Thank you for being a good interviewer, interviewee. Um, this concludes my interview.